So when I was young, I was raised Catholic, and it was good. Learned a lot, but Catholic services always felt more ceremonial than a teaching. So it was like, if, in my case, when I did go, it was Christmas and Easter. You kind of got the same out of it, no matter if you went Christmas and Easter or if you went the other 52 weeks of the year. Here, you actually get something. You know, there's more of a teaching aspect of it. There's more of a learning part of it. Probably more fellowship too than what I was used to. When I was a kid and we'd leave the church, it was always, we'd talk about where we're going to go to lunch, but it was just the family. It was never outside people. It was always just like me, my grandparents, mom. We would go, but it was never anything with other people involved. And you know, I went through some stuff that was personal and stayed away for 2-3 months. And when I got back, when I decided to finally come back, it was like open arms. Like, people I would have never thought would have even come talk to me were like, man, I'm genuinely glad to see me, and shaking your hand. And it was different. I was like, man, I'm not used to this. It's like some of the people, I was just like, I can't believe that just happened. It really made you feel welcome. And like in my line of work, I am going to customers every day, 7 to 10 a day. And they're glad to see you, but they're glad to see you because you're there for a specific job that you're doing for them. And once you're done, it's not like they're your buddies or anything. It's like, okay, well, good seeing you. See you next week. And they kind of want you out their way. And it's no talking and hanging out. Some of them I've become friends with, and we talk for a few minutes and sometimes 30 minutes and end up getting behind, but it's worth it. But for the majority of it, there's no brotherhood out there. It is definitely transactional. It's definitely, don't waste my time. One memory I have is when I was a kid, and I guess I was in high school. I remember I just got home from high school. I was driving. I pulled in my driveway, and I had the guys on the bikes come and talk to me. They came and talked to me, and I remember them asking, do you feel like you're saved? And I'm raised Catholic and everything. Oh yeah, no doubt, 100%. And I answered that question seriously thinking 100%, yeah, I'm good. And I kind of sent them on their way. Well, for some reason, that memory's always stuck with me. When I got here, I realized with the teachings and everything, there was so much more to it. And kind of always thought back to that. Well, it's like, well, you know what? Maybe I wasn't 100% saved back then. Maybe I wasn't where I should be. Because I know I'm a lot better off now than I feel like I ever was. And I've really tried to even introduce that to my kids, bringing them here and talking to them about it at home, and trying to, as easy as it sounds to pray at home out loud in front of the kids, a lot of times that's really difficult to do. It's like you mean to do it, and then the opportunity passes, and it's like, oh, I didn't do it. We didn't do it this time. We got to do that next time. And then they leave for 2 days, and then they come back, and it's like, cycle repeats. It's like, forgot again. How do I keep forgetting the most important thing? Every morning, not just to wake up and rush, but every morning I've tried to wake up and say a prayer. Like an out loud prayer while I'm still in my bed, before I even get out of the bed, trying to do that first. There's been mornings I forgot. So what I've done to combat the forgetting, after the rush of the morning's done, when I get to work, the backyard at work faces the east. So there's a little, it's pretty private back there, and I'm the only one that goes there in the mornings. So there's a bench. I've set the bench out to where I can sit on that bench every morning and face the sunrise and say a prayer, like an out loud prayer, and get myself good with God for the morning before I go start work. I mean, when I got my divorce, it was just chaos, and you get kind of swept up in those things. And then I've had some personal things happen where it was kind of the same thing. You got swept up in it. And with the outside world, it's really easy to put God on the back burner, to put praying on the back burner, to put all of it on the back burner. You just got to be conscious of that and knowing that the world is driven to trip you up. It's not driven to bring you to God. It's driven to bring you away from God. And you've got to understand that, and you've got to, as much as you understand it, as much as you know that, you just can't give up. You're never going to be perfect. You got to understand that, and you just got to push to be the best person that you can be. And you just got to follow his example. It's more about self-control, of making yourself do the right things, because anybody can make you do the wrong things. You just got to do the right things. Don't give up. Just don't lay down, keep pushing. And things will straighten out. All the storms end. Might be day 41, but they end. You got to fight till the end, and you got to fight the good fight.